So porter is our dark. Have you had black tan? Yeah. The porter is the black of the black tan. Oh. The tan is our premium. So it's just a mix of two. Yeah. It's very hoppy and very bitter. Closest thing we have. Yeah.
So these are big set porter.
No. The Chester seals.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Eric.
He's all the way from South. He's German. You knew about this? You knew about
No.
So these are the caves. This is where we used to store the beer, and it would age and ferment in here. Our caves stay about 50 degrees all year round. So hottest day in the summer, coldest day in the winter, it pretty much stays this temperature, which made it the perfect natural fridge for our beer. The caves were started in 1831, and they took 10 years to complete. They took so long because they were all hand dug by coal miners. Everything done by hand. While they were digging the caves, they were also building the brewery over top, so they couldn't use any explosives or anything like that. So definitely a big project for them to undertake down here. I mentioned our red brick walls as we were coming in. There's one right there. They were put up by the government in 1919 at the start of Prohibition. I guess they figured if they sealed up our fridge down here that we wouldn't be able to make any beer during Prohibition. They were wrong. They tried. There were a few things we had to do in order to stay alive, and first was we made our near beer, so non-alcoholic beer. They said that sauerkraut had a higher alcohol content than our near beer did. We also had our dairy and ice cream business, so the building you all came in to get your wristband at the beginning of the tour, that used to be our old ice cream shop. Dick closed that down in '85, just when he took over, just because the business wasn't doing well. He wanted to focus on the beer, so he shut down the ice cream, but a second cousin of his reopened it about 5 years ago. So we do have Yuengling ice cream in our grocery stores around here. And then during Prohibition, we were allowed to make our porter. We were allowed to do that because it was considered medicinal. So you had to go to your doctor and get a prescription and come back for your porter. The blend of hops we used made it high in iron, so they mostly gave prescriptions to anemics and pregnant women. So that's how you can get your porter. We do have a prescription on the bar in the tasting room, so make sure you check that out at the end of the tour. Right up here is our cistern. I mentioned our natural spring 5 blocks up. This is where the water would feed into. So like a natural basin to a sink, someone would have to climb up there every morning to let the water out, and it would flow down here and they'd collect it in their buckets to go brew the beer from here. We did switch over to Pottsville city water about 45 years ago, because you can see that pipe right there with a little stream coming out. That's the only water we can get from this source today, so definitely not enough for our whole brewery anymore. If you look down the caves, you can see a half arc of barrels. Please don't step inside, but if you stand around the outside and look up, you can see a spiral staircase. That was used as another entryway in and out of the caves from the cellar that the guys would climb up and down. And then at the very end there, it looks like a giant wooden barrel. That's called a rest tank. So that's what the beer would sit in to age and ferment in here. Our caves used to be lined with rest tanks that looked just like that. But when the government came in to put up our brick walls, they also smashed everything we had. So that's the only wooden one like that we have left. That one can hold up to 20 barrels of beer, but now we use giant stainless steel ones that can hold up to 2,000 barrels of beer. 1 barrel of beer is 31 gallons or 13 and a half cases to give you an idea of size. I'm going to make my way down the caves. If you want to follow along and take pictures whenever you're ready, you're more than welcome.
Yeah. Go upstairs and get one of those.
Yeah. Still a bit.
Oh, shut
For your.
Oh, shut up, prove it.
Stairs. So please be careful. Watch your step and watch your head. Our founder was only 4'11", so a lot of short German guys built this place, so just watch your head. You can follow me. So right now we're in our Rathskeller. You guys actually lucked out. We don't really get to bring people in here, except for the 3 o'clock tour. We get to come in because we have to lock up. So this room is not used anymore. It used to be our old tasting room. So this was where you got your samples at the end of the tour. We'll walk by our old museum and gift shop as well, but we moved across the street about 3 years ago now. Our previous owner, so Dick Sr., he used to give the tours himself. He said 90% of the tour was spent in this bar, so very fitting. This was built in 1935, and it used to be the old employee break room. So it was a bar. You could drink on your lunch break or after work. They pretty much kept this open all the time. People from Pottsville would just come in.
Yeah, right.
If you see our window right there, the only thing through it is a brick wall. That is the side of St. Patrick's Irish Catholic Church next door. So when we were building in 1831, there was nothing on this entire street except for the church. And we still decided to build 8 inches away from them, so we are nice and close. When we go back outside, you can get a view from outside how close together the buildings are. It's pretty funny.
Why the window?
I don't know. I really don't. Because the church was there first, and they still decided to put a window in. But yeah, some cool pictures. That one right behind you. You can see our founder. Actually, he's the guy sitting down with the king. That's D.G. Yuengling right here. The building with the white clock tower. That was where our brewery originally stood. So the Eagle Brewery, the one that burned down. That's where it was. It's now our city hall. You can actually see that building from our gift shop through the window, so we really didn't move too far. If you look up right there too, you can see part of our ceiling is a grain silo. So that's where all of our grain will go down and head through that black pipe to our brew house floor, which is where we are actually going to go next. So we're going to go down these couple steps right here. If you look right out here to your right, you'll see a spent grain tank. Take a look at that as we walk by, but we're going to go down these couple steps, then up a full flight. So just watch your step. You can follow me. Yeah, this is where the ceiling gets real low. Here are 3 of the kettles that our beer will go through to become a brew. Everything starts in a kettle behind you, the cereal cooker. In there goes water, corn grits, and malted barley. If you take a look at our murals, they were painted in 1983 by a man from Berwick, Pennsylvania. You can actually see our artist because he painted himself himself into history. He's the guy in the first picture sitting down with the red suspenders on. But that painting depicts our old cooper shop. So that's where we made all the wooden barrels like the ones you saw down in our cave. Our next picture over is our 6 angry women. They were angry because they were bottle washers. So for 12 hours a day, in temperatures like this, in those long dresses, they'd be stuck washing bottles. We actually had a woman here last summer who was one of the models for that painting. She came on our tour and got her picture taken with the mural. It was pretty cool. At the very end there, we have, that's our happy man. He's holding a bottle of winter beer. That was the first beer we sent out the night Prohibition ended. It takes 24 to 28 days for a brew to ferment, so I don't know how they had it ready that night. It must have been magic, what they did. And they sent a truckload to the White House to thank President Roosevelt for ending Prohibition. The truck was hijacked on the way there, but Roosevelt still got a Yuengling, so it's all good. Yeah. I wonder why, yeah. If you look right here at eye level, you can see the side of our stained glass ceiling. So you actually have to bend to be able to see the glass part of it. But that was installed in 1888 because all of our kettles used to be made of copper. It takes 2 men to operate our brew house floor, so while they were working, the sun would come in and shine off those copper kettles, and they were able to see. So they put in the stained glass like a giant pair of sunglasses, and only removed them once. That was to switch out our copper kettles for our new stainless steel ones. So these ones are stainless, and they are self-cleaning, which is what they're doing right now. You can kind of hear them. The only one still made of copper was our lauter tun that we couldn't see from down below. It was made of copper and still has to be scrubbed out by hand after every brew, so I'm sure that's a fun job. If you want pictures of the stained glass, you're more than welcome to go down to that landing. That's a better spot to see it. Just please don't go down the stairs. I'll give you a minute. There is the aging and fermenting building. So that's where it will sit until it's ready to be packaged. That building right there is our warehouse. So that's where we store all of our empty bottles and cans, and then our full ones will go back over there when they're ready to be picked up for distribution. So you can see this is where our giant trucks have to back in to pick everything up.
Yeah, that doesn't look fun at all.
No.
Back up this heat right here?
Yeah, so usually drive up past it and then back in that way. We'll probably get to see him pull out, but it's pretty impressive.
No, it is impressive.
Yeah.
I've done worse.
Here we operate 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we are not operating in there right now. We just finished up. But here we do cans and bottles, but we actually do 90% cans, 10% bottles. Our other facilities do the opposite. We can only do one or the other on a given day, and that's because we only have one conveyor belt that runs right there from the warehouse to the bottle shop. So today we were canning. The way that works is we get our cans just like you see them out the store. They're already labeled and everything, they just don't have a lid on them. So the empty cans will come right across the conveyor belt from our warehouse, and we'll see them coming down from the ceiling. We are going to get to go in and check it all out. I'll explain what everything does once we get in there. Just please be careful. There are some yellow ropes and lines. Just stay within those for safety. But okay, go check it out. circular machine, and that's where they're filled. They're filled at 37 degrees, so already nice and cold. Then from there, they'll go around that other circular machine, and that's where they get their lids on. The lids are crisp and sealed on. Usually, there'll be somebody standing on that platform, and he will just keep feeding sleeves of lids into our lidding machine. So he will keep everything moving. From that point, all the cans will be sealed up. They'll come right in front of where we are, and they're on their way to the pasteurizer, which is that big silver wall we saw walking in. That is where they're heated up to 200 degrees to kill off any last-minute germs, then brought back down to room temperature to be put in their cases, which happens back in that corner. From there, they're sent back across the conveyor belt to be picked up for distribution. Everything moves super quickly in here. We can fill 910 cans a minute and 450 bottles a minute. So nice and quick. Usually very loud in here too while everything is operating. Our bottling doesn't happen too often. I've only ever seen it like 5 times and I've worked here for a year. But that will happen on this line right here. That big circular machine will fill our bottles. So pretty similar. Also that light right there with the blue light on it, that will check all of our cans once they're filled up to make sure that they're filled, that there's nothing else in the can. And if there is anything wrong, it will stop production right away. Just pick the can right off the line. That happened to me my very first tour. I didn't know what that machine was. I thought someone grabbed a beer off the line. But that will just stop anything that is not right.
The bottles that come from here, so
Bottles are local. Our cans are not. They're Pilsner. It's a Pilsner style that's only distributed in Pennsylvania. We have our Lord Chesterfield Ale, which is our hoppiest and most bitter. That's also only here in PA. We do have our Porter, which is our darkest brew, or our medicinal one, if you need your iron today. We have our Black and Tan, which is a mix of our premium and our porter. So you won't see a tap handle for that one, but I can mix it for you. And then we have our Golden Pilsner. That was the crisp smooth Pilsner created by Dick's Daughters. That is our newest beer. We do also have our seasonal Oktoberfest on tap as well. That was just made last week, so that is nice and fresh. It is a lager style. So if you do like the lager, I would recommend trying the Oktoberfest. That will run from end of July to November. We do have Birch Beer Soda on tap as well. It's not made by us, but it's local. It's really good. And then 2 mixes that are popular around here. We have our 50-50, which is a mix of our Chesterfield Ale and our porter. And then our Heaven, which is a mix of our porter and our Birch Beer Soda. So, try any of that. We do have pints and growlers and all that good stuff available for sale if you want more after your meal. So, right? Head to the bar. That side.